Guys, it is Aoife from Fred VZ Died Laughing and I'm here with a book tag for you guys today. So I wanted to do the Beauty and the Beast book tag, and this was created by Books and Jams, I believe, and I will leave her link down below. I wasn't tagged in this by anyone, it's just the time of the year, I guess. Beauty and the Beast is out and I love Beauty and the Beast. I went to see it in the cinema and it was amazing, and I just really wanted to do this tag, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the questions now. So question 1 is Belle. She wants more than this provincial life. What book takes you to another place? And for me it has to be Harry Potter. There was just no other question that, or no other answer for this for me, and I'm just holding up Quidditch Through the Ages because I'm too lazy to go and get my actual Harry Potter books, but yeah, this, every time you open this book, it just transports you to Cogsworth. I just absolutely love it, and yeah, anytime I want to kind of just get away, I will pick up any Harry Potter book and just, yeah. Question 2 is Beast. He can be a bit scary, but inside he's a bit of a softie. Choose a book cover that doesn't quite match the story. And for me, I've chosen The 12 Kings of Sharon Kai by Bradley B. Bolu. This one, there's two different covers for this book, and one of them I think is the UK cover. Shows a girl like with her two swords in her arms, basically obviously like a warrior, but she's like long flowing hair. And then the other one shows another girl with her hair all wrapped up and she's like looking out onto this kind of Middle Eastern city. And I think the second book cover, which the girl with her hair all tied up in kind of a, it's not really like a hijab, it's a bit like a hijab I guess, I feel like that one matches the story so much more than the other one, because in the story, when this girl, Kaja, when she is out and about, she often will cover her face and cover her hair, because she's kind of in this like Middle Eastern kind of society, kind of country, where the women kind of do cover themselves up, and they would wear burqas or hijabs and stuff like that. So I just feel like that one where her hair is flowing and loose just doesn't match the story, and it just really annoys me. So yeah, it's definitely one that just kind of irks me a little bit. Number 3 is Maurice, Belle's eccentric but loving father. Choose a book that is out of your comfort zone but you enjoyed it. For me, I'm going to go with The Girl in 6E by A. Tour. This is kind of a thriller, but it's kind of more of an erotic thriller because the main character in it is a sex cam girl, so it's a little bit erotic, it's a little bit on the more graphic side sexually, and I wouldn't read a lot of like erotic stuff. I don't really read new adult, which would be a little bit more graphic sometimes in terms of sex scenes. Like I don't mind reading those kind of scenes, it's just not something that I would pick up a lot. So this one was a little bit out of my comfort zone because of that, but I ended up really enjoying the story, and I do enjoy the character, and I enjoy like what's going on in her head, and it is very much a thriller even though it is quite erotic. But yeah, I did really enjoy this, and I'm glad I picked it up in the end. Number 4 is Mrs. Potts, a nurturing and motherly character. Choose a character who takes care of the others like a mother figure, and for me I'm going to go with Sebastian in The Copper Promise by Jen Williams. This character, he's like this big warrior with a big bushy hair and bushy beard, but he's actually a massive softie inside, and he actually like takes care of the others a lot as if he's their parent, and I just really love that. I love Sebastian, he's just such a cute character. Number 6 is Gaston, smarmy and arrogant. Choose a character who is over the top in their arrogance, and I'm going with Charlie, who is a character in Sugar by Kimberly Stewart. I read this a couple of months ago or last month, and it was something I said in my review that I just felt that she was really arrogant, and I really hated that about her. She was a she was a dessert chef, and she just kept going on about how she worked in Michelin starred restaurants, and this guy was introducing himself and he was saying that he was a cook, and she was like, well, I'm a chef and I do this and I do that, and I was just like, girl, be quiet. Like, oh my god, I just really didn't like her at all. I really didn't like her attitude, and she was definitely a Gaston type character, but she was like making herself out to be more of a Belle, and she definitely was not, and I really hated that book anyway, but I really hated that character too. Number 7 is Lumiere, a smooth talking, swoon worthy Casanova. Choose a character with these kind of traits, and I'm going with Luca, who is in Wolf by Wolf and Blood for Blood by Ryan Groden, and this book is kind of a alternate history book where if Hitler had won World War II, and it's set in the 60s I think, and there is a character in it called Luca, and he's just a real charmer, a real smooth talker, and I just really loved him in the books, especially in the second book. I felt like he really came, his character really grew a bit, and I just really loved him. I loved his attitude, I loved his personality. He was definitely a little bit of a Casanova, and he was definitely a bit of a chancer when it came to charming some girls, and I just really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed him. Just realised I missed a question, which was question 5, and it was Chip. And it is adorable and makes us smile. Choose your favourite children's book. And one of my favourite children's book is Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo, and I just love this book. It's so cute. It's about a little girl whose dad is a preacher, and she finds this dog called Winn-Dixie, and she kind of adopts him, but then through him she ends up meeting loads of people in her town that she's never talked to before, like an old blind woman that lives on her own. She becomes friends with all these different kids that she'd never been friends with before, and she just goes on all these different adventures and kind of learns about different people and how sometimes you have to give people chances and not judge them and stuff like that. And I just love this book so much. It's so cute. Number 8 is Cogsworth. A bossy, no-nonsense leader of the household. Choose a character who takes charge and is the voice of reason for those around them. And for me, I'm going with Falcio de Monde, who is the main character in the Greatcoats trilogy by Sebastian de Castell, which you guys have probably heard me talk about before. But Falcio is definitely the leader. He is the number one Greatcoats, and he is definitely the leader of his little gang. He's the one that they turn to when they need leadership, when they need advice. He is the one that is definitely someone who is the voice of reason among them. The others are a little bit more hot-headed than him, and he takes care of everyone as well in his own way, and he is just a brilliant leader, and he's definitely who I would choose for a Cogsworth type character. And that is it for the Beauty and the Beast book tag. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm not going to tag anyone, but if you want to do the tag, please do so. Please let me know what you think of my answers down below, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!